A year after getting absolutely battered by the Gypsy King Tyson Fury, Deontay the Bronze Bomber Wilder returns to the ring to face off against the Nordic Nightmare, Robert Helenius. Helenius being Wilder's former sparring partner, I don't think I'd be wrong to assume that Robert Helenius has been carefully handpicked by Team Wilder to become a spectacular knockout victim of Deontay Wilder based upon their previous sparring sessions. They've been very complimentary of each other throughout the build-up. They seem quite friendly, and I don't believe Deontay Wilder's ego would allow him to be friends with a guy who batters him, so we'll just have to assume that Robert Helenius has been getting the business from Deontay Wilder during those sparring sessions. That's why they've been inviting him back and they've handpicked him for this fight. Another reason is also the fact that Robert Helenius holds a supposed mandatory position for Alexander Usyk's WBA world title. I believe the PBC had an option on Helenius's next fight, which will be this Deontay Wilder fight. So him holding that mandatory shot, that mandatory position, the PBC would much rather Helenius becomes Deontay Wilder, so Deontay Wilder can face off against Usyk. So they'd rather the mandatory position switch hands. They want to hand it over to Deontay Wilder, so that's another reason for them having this fight. The AK babyface Govnaski Helenius fight was dubbed as a final eliminator, so Helenius' next fight should actually be for the world title, or have a takeover fight just to buy this time or what have you, if he was that way inclined. But he's choosing to put his position on the line and face off against the Bronze Bomber. Well, I'm saying choosing to. He more than likely had no choice but to fight whoever the PBC offered him to fight, and that just happens to be the Bronze Bomber Deontay Wilder. Because Helenius has been out the ring since, I think, September last year. Deontay's been out the ring for exactly a year. So both men, they've been quite inactive, and this should be an interesting fight in my opinion. It's not a fantasy fight by any means, but yeah, it should be interesting. Helenius packs a considerable amount of power, and you know how Deontay gets down. He's got that freakish right hand. So yeah, either man can get knocked out in this fight. In my opinion, I feel Helenius is going to come in and try box for the first few rounds and try tire Deontay Wilder out. We saw how badly Deontay Wilder gassed against Tyson Fury in his previous fight. By the third or the fourth round, Deontay Wilder was out of it. He was gone. His gas tank was finished. Even the fact that he managed to knock Fury down in the fourth round, he was still out of it by that point. He was tired. But he never stopped throwing. He managed to, by this time, and time Tyson Fury and caught him with a nice right hand and knocked him down. I think he scored a couple of knockdowns in that round, which was a hell of a feat considering how badly his gas tank was depleted by that point. But then again, Helenius he's no Tyson Fury. He's gonna approach this fight a completely different fashion to Tyson Fury. I don't think he's gonna come out Wilder and try lean on him and try tire him out the way Fury was doing for the second and the third fight. I feel he's gonna approach him more like Tyson Fury in the first Wilder fight, because quite obviously Helenius is the more superior boxer to Deontay Wilder. So I feel he's gonna use that to his advantage and try and box him for the first maybe 4 to 6 rounds and see where Wilder's engine is at, and if he appears to be tiring out, he's going to try to take him out. Yeah, and equally as interesting, we've seen Wilder during his open workout. He's been doing a lot of bouncing around, and which is puzzling because I expected Wilder to approach this fight on a seek and destroy sort of thing, but it appears he's coming to box, so I'm not quite sure who's going to be the aggressor for the first few rounds. That's something to keep an eye out for. Listening to Deontay Wilder's trainer Malik Scott, he was talking about they're going to dress up Helenius real pretty before they take him out. So it appears, yeah, they actually come into boxing for the first few rounds and try and take him out within maybe midpoint of the fight or take him out late. So I'm not sure how well that strategy is going to work for them, because I reckon that's going to be Helenius' strategy as well. So who's going to apply it better? Honestly, you guys let me know who you feel is gonna win this fight, because I'm caught in two minds. I can't really make my mind up. Obviously, Deontay Wilder is the favorite, but yeah, I'm not so sure. I think Helenius is a live dog in this fight. He's definitely a live dog. They might be looking at, oh, this is my former sparring partner. We know everything about Robert, but Like the old adage is sparring is sparring. He probably was just there to work on some things or help Deontay Wilder work on whatever he's working on. He wasn't in fight mode. There was nothing on the line then. Now everything's on the line. His record's on the line, his mandatory positions on the line, his reputation's on the line. Yeah, he's gonna be definitely there to upset the apple cart like he did against Babyface twice. So although I picked Helenius to win both fights, yeah, I'm tooting my own horn. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm doing. I picked Robert to win both fights. So am I gonna? Nah, I'm not gonna do it this time. I'm just gonna sit on the fence and enjoy the fight. I'm not making no predictions here. You guys let me know who you think is gonna win this fight, though. It's quite an interesting fight. Although it's not it's not the most glamorous of fights in the heavyweight division. It's a good fight. It's a good fight. They're both vulnerable in my opinion. We've seen both men knocked out before. Robert's been knocked out by the softest man in the division, Gerald Washington, and we've seen Wilder knocked out against Fury twice. So yeah, they're both vulnerable. They can both take each other out at any point. So yeah, it should be interesting. I'm just gonna kick back and enjoy the fight. You guys let me know who you think is going to win anyways. As usual, thoughts in the comment section below. Like the video if you like the video. Subscribe if you're new around here. Have that notification bell on to know exactly what's going on up here. The Twitter !UK. I'm out.